Who am I? I can define myself in a few ways. I'm an employee of a company. I'm a father to my son. I'm spiritual. I'm fit. I'm this height, weight, and gender. I have these preferences and tendencies, and this collection of memories.
I'm a potato. Swami Sarvapriyananda uses this metaphor of a hot potato. His talks are really great, and he's really the best at these types of explanations. I'll link to it below. Right now, I would define this as a hot potato. But is the heat really a part of it? Is it intrinsic to the potato? The potato was cold before, and it'll cool off again. So the heat can't be intrinsic to it. It's a borrowed quality. It's not part of its true nature. So, using this metaphor, what is our true nature?
Where does the heat in the potato come from? I can first say the boiling water. But then where did the boiling water get the heat from? I can then say the hot pot. And where did the pot get it? Finally, I can say the fire. The fire is the only thing that's intrinsically hot. All the others, pot, water, potato, borrow the heat from the fire. They're not always hot. The heat is a temporary quality of the potato. It can be removed. Heat is essential only to the fire.
So all this to say, we're really just a fire. It's a metaphor for our true nature. Now, no metaphor is perfect, and you can reduce the fire further to a process of combustion, but it's meant as an example to show how anything that can be removed from something is not essential to it.
So, what is the essential part of us? As I mentioned in my last video, our true nature is said to be pure consciousness, because everything else we may identify with can be removed from us and we would still have a sense of existence. If we introspect, we can get to that understanding pretty easily.
We can take Ramana Maharshi's question of who am I? We can do this type of self-inquiry and start with our bodies and quickly realize that our bodies have changed a lot throughout the years. So my body as it is right now can't be essential to who I really am. And yet we have a sense that we have remained constant throughout our lifetimes. We have a sense that we are still the same persons in our current bodies as we were in our 5-year-old bodies. So maybe we can identify more with our minds. But our memories, thoughts, and beliefs are also fickle, inconsistent, and constantly changing. So we quickly realize that we're not our minds either.
When we strip away everything that changes in our minds and bodies, the only thing that remains is an open and empty awareness, as Rupert Spira calls it. Using the Buddhist term, it can be seen as a void from our perspective. We can really only say what we're not. I'm not my body. I'm not my thoughts, feelings, perceptions, etc. But what remains is something. It's an awareness. I am aware of my thoughts. I'm the one noticing them changing and seemingly listening to the constant chatter. I'm aware of my feelings in the same way, and even my perceptions of a physical world. They're all mental activities that I'm aware of. Whatever that I is, that's what's aware of all this. It's the knowing element in all of those experiences of thoughts, feelings, and perceptions.
It's what's aware of my thought about the next line I'm about to deliver and if I can do it while eating. It's what's aware of the taste of this potato, the smell of it, the sight of all the scenery around me. It's what's aware of my feeling of anxiety about getting this video done before nightfall. And all those thoughts, perceptions, and feelings are constantly changing in my awareness, and therefore aren't essential to who I really am. What's left over is at best to just say, I am, or I'm aware. That sense of pure existence, of pure awareness, is the only thing that seems essentially true. And that feeling of just I am is the same for me, for you, and for anyone else. It's universal. But why do we have a sense that these mind-body complexes exist in and of themselves? Is it just a borrowed existence, a borrowed reality from the one true underlying reality, like the potato borrowing heat from the fire?
Advaita Vedanta teaches that the one true reality underlying everything, what it calls Brahman, is existence, consciousness, bliss, Sat Chit Ananda. Everything manifests from it. and everything therefore borrows its existence, its consciousness, and its happiness from it. We as individual beings get a limited distribution of it. These limitations are pretty obvious. Our existence is limited. We live, grow old, and die. We can't turn ourselves into other beings or create things outside the laws of nature. Our consciousness is limited. We can't normally read other people's thoughts or know everything in the universe. And our happiness is limited. Fleeting moments in between our constant seeking and avoiding.
And yet Advaita Vedanta teaches that this Brahman, this pure existence, consciousness, bliss, is what we really are, right here and right now. So we should be able to realize this and experience its unlimited qualities. We're especially interested in the bliss part. Unlimited bliss sounds great. I want to cover all of this in future videos. As it's getting dark and the moon comes out, I'd like to use this opportunity for one more metaphor from Swami Sarvapriyananda, the unseen sun. When it's completely dark, I won't be able to see the sun, but its light will still shine on the moon and reflect back onto Earth. We call this moonlight, but it's not really the moon's light, it's the sun's light. Our minds are like this moon, reflecting the reality of our true nature onto the apparent reality of this world. Like and comment if it's resonated with you and you want to see more, and subscribe below to follow me on my journey. See you next time.